Hello, craft beer friends, and welcome to Season 10, Episode 19 of Tap to Craft Podcast. I am Denny Luce coming to you from Boise, Idaho, and my partner in craft, the dog whisperer, and my favorite Florida man from Tampa, Florida, Mr. Kris McKenzie. Kris, how are you doing tonight? And of course, tell us what is in your glass.
Well, Denny, as you can see from my background, I'm on top of the world.
Woo!
But things are going good here. Going to be enjoying, like I said to you a minute ago, the ends of, I believe, to be our El Catador Club here from Cigar City.
The
But
best ever.
yeah, well, finishing up the rest of it. Having a little chin music today.
Okay.
And the chin music is a Calvados and apple brandy barrel-aged barley wine style ale. Um, I don't know what the ABV is on this because, well, they don't put it on there and they don't have
Oh,
to unless we look it up on Untapped. But it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 11, 12, 13, 16%.
okay.
In this beautiful 16-ounce bottle. So, but what about you? How's your day? What's in your glass? That sexy glass of yours, because man, that beer looked nice.
I'm going through it pretty quick now
I
that we
see
got the
that.
show started. But yeah, look at this beautiful beer. Super crystal clear, lots of bubbles, effervescence. The head's holding strong even after I've drank a quarter of it or a third of it already. And what's in my glass all night? I will be drinking pFriem Family Brewers. The first pFriem in my glass is the lager, just their standard lager. See, pFriem lager. I'll also be following that up with the pFriem Pilsner. Yeah, pretty easy names. And the pFriem Hazy West Coast IPA. I'm all about the pFriem beer today. And how am I doing? Now that I'm on here with you, I'm doing fantastic because you know what? It is a Monday. I don't know anyone who likes Mondays. And if you do like Mondays, you're a better person than me because Mondays, the only thing I like about Mondays is when I get on here and record with my good buddy Kris, drink some beers with them, chat,
Hmm.
laugh, and have a great time interacting with our listeners as well. All right. Well, let's get this show started. But before we get too far into the content, we always want to let any new listeners to the podcast know what we're all about. Tap to Craft Podcast is an educational podcast focused around celebrating all things craft beer because we want to assist you, our listener, along in your craft beer journey and adventures. And you're listening to episode 253, recording on Monday, April 1st, 2024. Happy April Fool's Day. There's no fools here. I pity the
Nope,
fool.
just two handsome dudes drinking some beer.
That's right. That's right. And we are live on Facebook. And if you'd like to join us during one of our recording sessions, you can do that on the Monday prior to release. On Just follow us on Facebook. Look for that little post that says, "Hey, we're live." It comes around 8:30 Eastern time. We'd love to have you with us. Join us while we record. And in this episode, we are going to learn about the use of AI, artificial intelligence, to help brew beer with different flavor profiles and also to help improve upon the brewing process. A lot of hype with AI lately in the news
Mm.
all over, and it's kind of affecting or being used. I won't say affecting. I'll say being used in the beer industry as well. And we're going to announce the winner of our special Mini Tacker of the Month subscription giveaway. Yes, if you left us a voicemail or you're a Patreon supporter, you have been entered into our contest to win the first 3 months of tintacker.com's Mini Tacker of the Month with some great offerings. In fact, I haven't even put this one up yet from our last show,
I
but this
did.
is a beautiful one you'll be getting. Look at that beautiful Lost Colony
I don't know if they'll get that
mattress.
one, but
Yeah, this is March.
oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I.
January, February,
That's
March.
right. She did. Okay. Yeah, and I'm,
It's okay.
Jen
It's
occasionally
okay.
will throw a curveball our way too, and she'll be like, you know
Ah,
what? I just said to hell with it, and just let's give away April, May, and June, and see what
yeah,
happens. I don't know.
yeah. Hey, that's a great. I mean, that is a really good gift package right there.
Yeah,
So
these are
we'll
pretty
find
awesome.
out who's going to win that later in the show. So you guys keep on listening and watching to find out who is our winner. And of course, you can count on Kris and I having some great beer conversation too. And Kris and I would like to thank all of our Patreon supporters because this episode is brought to you in part by our satisfied Patreon supporters like Mike Allen, Bill Schlemmer, Amanda and Kevin Argauer, Mike Blanchard, Tara Carlson, Jim Kutzel, and Alex Fuchs, who are our virtual producers, and Tom Byrne, Jeff Seiler, Johan Halberg, Chad Lamassa, Mark Church, and Eric Gronley, who want to buy us a virtual beer. If you enjoy the content we provide, we invite you to support the show by toasting your hosts or buying us a virtual beer or even becoming a virtual producer. You can explore the options on our support page by visiting patreon.com/tapthecraft. So, part of our, or actually the main entry into our contest was leave voicemails, and we did get some voicemails right at the last minute, literally right before the show started. We had two people submit voicemails. Now, these two people live in the same household, so they just increased their chances significantly of winning this prize package. So let's start with Tara Carlson first. Kris,
good.
Tara...
That's the one I pulled up first.
Okay, good, because she sent us the first one right at like an hour before we started recording, maybe an hour and a half before we recorded, and then Jim sent his like literally right before we record. So
well, let's see what Tara has to say.
Okay.
Hi, this is Tara, longtime fan, and we've had some sad news. The brew pub, Jim, stop. The brew pub.
Knock it off, Jim.
In Hartford, Connecticut,
oh, no.
City Steam, where we first piqued our interest in craft beer, is closing.
Oh,
We've also had 3 Southern Maryland breweries closed recently.
Did she say 30?
And our
3
rum distilleries closed too. It's a sad time for us here in Southern Maryland. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers, Tara. Well, thank you for leaving that feedback. Or that information, because I know that it is sad. It's sad in this time when we are seeing a lot of breweries closing down. But the good news is, even though we have some closing down, there's still more being opened up, believe it or not, it's hard to believe, but hey, it's good. You never know when that next brewery might be your favorite brewery that opens and is very successful.
You got to go out and try them all. So
yeah, try them all. So I haven't listened to Jim's voicemail, so we're going to listen to this fresh.
Okay.
Because as I sat down, I looked one last time at our voicemail line and saw we had some from Jim, and I just downloaded them, sent them to Kris so he can play them right now.
Okay. Well, also too, somebody posted on our page here, Matt Griffo. He is drinking a Warsteiner Dunkel this evening while we're recording. So let's go out with Jim's voicemails.
Hey everybody, Jim Kudzall here. Definitely want to get into that new contest of yours. And before I start, I need to make a public apology to Tara. She called in a little bit earlier to get her foot in the door, and I was making a ruckus. She was in the kitchen, and I was making dinner, and I was banging pots and pans and whatever, and she started yelling at me. So apologies, Tara, in front of the entire world. Now, I was smart. I decided to go down in my hole of home office down here and shut the door to do mine in private. But anyway, I would like to add on to what Tara was talking about. It seems like around here there's this big spate of closings of places that we like to go to. I guess first on the list there was one called Patuxent Brewing. It happened to be the only brewery in the entire county that we live in. And they closed just before the holidays last fall. I would consider them a small nano brewery. And then just recently, within the last month, there are 2 closings in a neighboring county, in Calvert County. One is called Calvert Brewing. Actually, I think technically they might be in Anne Arundel County, just over the line. And then Scorpion Brewing. Calvert was a fairly decent size. Scorpion, again, another nano brewery. We had a special place in our heart for Scorpion because we were investors at the beginning. You know, nothing big. I think it was like $50 or something. You know, a lot of people throwing money in the hat. And when they opened, we got a bunch of free swag and discounted beer for a period. But it does have sentimental value. And then Tara also mentioned that in this county we had a distillery. They made the best rum in the world. I used to take it and just sip it neat. Blue Dyer Distillery. I'm really sad to see them go. They've all been around. I guess they've all started probably within the last 5 years.
Oh, there's the end of 1-1.
Jim again. Yeah, those were fairly recently opened and closing. But the one that really tore at my heart was City Steam. They're up in, or we're up in Hartford, Connecticut, and they opened in 1998. And I started going there. I used to go to Hartford for business, and they had a building right on Main Street in Hartford. So I started frequenting them right after they opened. So they've been in business, 26 years, and finally threw in the towel. And they had a really nice note on their website, and maybe I'll read some of that to you. We carved out a space in the newly renovated historic Richardson building. It was built in 1877.
Wow.
Again, it's on Main Street in Hartford. Regarded as the most famous example of Romanesque architecture in America. Okay, their words, not mine. We created an interior area, 2 levels with 50-foot ceilings. It really was an impressive space, just the space itself, including original wrought iron railings salvaged from the dumpsters. So as they were redoing the building and throwing away old wrought iron pieces, they were picking them out of the dumpsters and then repurposing them. We then filled the space with Victorian antiques with period tin ceilings throughout. And we were packed from the time the doors opened until they closed 7 days a week for years. They also said their bartenders had to pass 100-plus item drink test before they could blend their first banana split. And in the basement, they had another bar, and they also hosted what they called the Brew Ha Ha Comedy Club. And I attended that a couple times over the years. And they claimed that they were the second brewery/pub in Connecticut. Now they're over 130. And City Steam was named after our source of power, which is the steam that runs below the streets of Hartford. And their last day of operation was yesterday. But they said they will continue to distribute their craft beer. Jim, for the third and hopefully final time, I just wanted to wrap up what they said on their website. Special thanks to the City of Hartford for their efforts in supporting the downtown restaurant scene and for working to help us get back up and running. But we could not recover from the after effects of a 4-month $500,000 closure due to a burst sprinkler pipe and the resultant flood.
Ooh.
Oh,
So that
no.
explains their reason.
Oh.
And if you go to their website, they do have an email address. They say, we've had an incredible run, but now it's time to hand the reins over to another talented and creative team. This iconic space at the head of a rejuvenated Pratt Street Historic District is ripe with opportunity. So if you want to open a brewery / pub, contact them, and they're looking for people to take over their spaces. And then just one final closure. Tara and I used to go to Leesburg, Virginia, just outside of west of D.C., and there was a place called the Delirium Cafe. They were a franchise of the Delirium brewery in Belgium, the only one in North America. But sadly, they closed their doors recently, too, and I don't know the reason behind that. So I might throw it to you guys. Might be worthwhile doing a show on, if this is something just out of the ordinary, or this is a trend. Maybe the microbrewery thing is crested, and we're on the downside. I hope not, because I'd like the diversity. But anyway, always enjoy your work. Keep up the good work, and we'll be listening to you on the road. In a couple weeks, Tara and I got a road trip to Tallahassee.
Ooh, nice.
Not Tallahassee.
I was going to say, that's...
where are we going?
It's a good thing Tara's around.
That would have been
somewhere in Tennessee.
Okay.
Don't remember the town right off the name, top of my head, but we'll be listening to you. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Jim.
There we go.
Jim, for the third time again.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah, that's a good topic to, I think maybe towards the middle of this year, maybe summertime.
Yeah.
I'll kind of see what I can find about the state of the craft beer industry and seeing if this closure thing is the new norm, that we're going to be seeing a lot more closures. But I did hear some report on one of the podcasts that even though there are a lot of breweries closing, they seem to be keeping up, and new ones are opening and taking their place. So it seems like maybe we've run stagnant, maybe a slight decline due to probably saturation.
Yeah.
You can. I think yeah. There's so much, and now it costs more to drink, to make the beer,
more to do anything,
to serve the beer, to ship the beer,
drink it,
to package the beer. Everything costs a lot more right now. I've made this comment before. I don't visit the breweries and go out as much because I just find it hard to pay that $7.50 a beer, a pint, when I can buy a 6-pack for about the same price. So yeah. But hey, thank you for the emails. Or the
voicemails.
The voicemails.
You going to Tallahassee too, Denny?
Yeah, I'm going to Tallahassee. We really appreciate it. I'm glad that you guys, we hadn't heard from you, for neither you nor Tara, for a while. And I'm just glad to hear, literally hear, that you guys are doing well and enjoy that trip to Tennessee. It's a big, long state. So you could be going anywhere in that state. Who knows how far you're going. I've only been to one town in Tennessee, and that was Kingsport, Tennessee, way back in the late 80s.
Well, even Jeff Seiler chimed in. He said, I feel your pain, Jim. One of my favorite breweries, New Anthem in Wilmington, North Carolina, just announced that they are closed. And he said that one really hurt. So,
oh, wow. I thought they were doing well. It seems like everyone enjoyed their beer.
I mean, it's not just, I mean, it's all over the country. I'm sure, I mean, we did an episode on this. Was it the end of this past year, or was it the end of 2022? I feel like we had a conversation about and read a couple of stories about breweries closing and things like that. And it's not just breweries, guys. It's just businesses in general. I mean, they're, breweries are struggling and they're closing. Even in my world, in the dog training industry, like there's saturation, man. It's just, you got to do your thing to set yourself apart. And
yeah. Well, but when you're doing well, they're doing well. I mean, I just saw a post that Marker 48 is putting in 60 barrel fermenters?
60 or 90, one of the two.
Or 90?
It was something ridiculous.
It was like, maybe it was 90. It was it was unbelievable how that they're putting in, they're expanding and putting in, bigger. They mentioned in a comment, I think the fermenters they're putting in now is more than all the fermenters combined that they had when they opened up.
Yeah.
In this one fermenter. So I'm like, wow. So I'm glad to see that the breweries that are doing it right are succeeding, right? Marker 48 is doing it right. If you listen to the show and heard Tina and Mo talk about it, and Kris has been there. In fact, Kris was just there a couple weeks ago, and
St. Patrick's Day.
And I see all the posts and the people having fun and the activities, and now they just announced too that they've got a full-time house band that will be playing every night from opening to close. Imagine that. That's got to be kind of a little spendy to be.
I think that was their April Fool's joke today.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking it might be April Fool's because he said, "Yeah, we're putting in some ridiculous 20,000 watts of speakers in." Okay. Damn, I got
today's tough.
It is tough.
And there's some posts that you go, yeah, that's okay, haha, funny. And then there's some of them like theirs where you go, wow, that's a pretty big jump, or that's a pretty impressive change. Or but yeah, I was scrolling through social media today and I was just like, yeah, that's it was lame, but it was still funny all at the same time.
Yeah. Well, they got me.
Yeah, they got you.
I'm not on social media very often, and today I was on there for something.
Perfect day for you to be on social media.
And I saw, but I only see the stuff of people I care about. How they, they have the algorithm that just shows the stuff. And so Marker 48 is always on there because they know I like Marker 48.
Because
so I saw the post. I assumed it was correct, but I didn't see April Fool's, but they usually have a number of tags and things in there. Maybe it was in there and I just didn't read it.
Maybe.
Because I did think it was odd. I'm like, wow, full-time house band, heavy metal, 20,000 watts of speaker power. I'm so gullible. I should have guessed that was a April Fool's. Doesn't seem like a metal, like an everyday metal type venue.
No, I mean you can definitely have your crowd for it, but
but not every day from opening to close. That would be a lot of metal.
You can only have so much metal. I'm sure someone out there disagrees with me, but you can only have so much metal.
That's okay. All right. Well, hey, now I just said hey, so now my wife's gonna say, "Hay's for horses," because that's what I tell her all the time. You say it on your podcast all the time. I'm gonna call in one time and tell you,
"Hey, Sarah,
Hay's for horses."
Hey, Sarah. Hey.
Oh, but if you want to be like Tara and Jim and leave a voicemail, you can do that very easily by calling 208-536-3359. Wow, that's a lot of numbers. How about 208-53 oddly? That's much easier to remember.
So much easier.
Voicemail. We love hearing your voices on the air and hearing what you have to say. And if you'd like to contact the show with your comments or questions without using voicemail, you can do that through email at taptocraft@gmail.com or on our Facebook page at facebook.com/taptocraft. And we do have a website, our very own Tap to Craft podcast website at taptocraft.com. And our Discord server is at taptocraft.com/Discord, our very own private social community for Tap to Craft podcast listeners.
This is definitely an American barley wine style, Denny.
Oh, is it? You figured that out with
she's a bit sweet.
It's a bit sweet.
She's a bit
and
sweet.
a bit boozy too. A
Mm-hmm.
little bit boozy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. Okay, well, let's continue the conversation because now it is time to untap the craft and see what our listeners are drinking according to Untapped.
Well, we're going to start with a gentleman who has been the first in his community to untap this beer.
Robert, chew your beer, right?
Well, before we tell you who it is,
Oh, okay.
if you want us to read your check-ins, make sure you follow me on Untapped at MCK1345. And we usually read the check-ins that are 24 hours prior to our show recording, which is every other Monday at 8:30 Eastern time. But yeah, you were right. It was Robert. Chew your beer.
You said that you said his keyword first in my community.
First in my community.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to be first. He's drinking for science by North Park Beer Company. He said, first in my community to untap this beer. Late check-in because I don't remember anything after this 10%er.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I'm literally reading this off of his check-in. He gave it a 5 cap rating. For science.
That's funny.
Yeah. Next on the list is scrolling. Matt Griffo is drinking a Kiss of Darkness by Deviant Libation. He said, I'm a sucker for a straight up porter, and this is him to borrow some slag that will make the kids cringe. I'm just reading it.
Is that a saying that we're not familiar with?
I don't know.
Hey Matt, you were on. He was on here a little when we first started.
Yeah. It was 21 minutes ago, but he said full-bodied and rich with deep, complex flavors that I won't list out because they're flagged below. Also, badass can art. 4.25 cap rating for that Kiss of Darkness by Deviant Libation, right here in Tampa.
Oh,
Deviant Libation.
Have you had their beer before?
I've had some of their beers. I've actually got the owner's card in my desk that we need to talk to him too.
Okay.
And he used to brew beer, I believe, for Cigar City. Anywho, I feel like I have this vendetta now. Every time I bring up their name, it's Cigar City. Yeah. Seems to be the consensus around the neighborhood. Let's just put it that way. Jeff Weesey is drinking a Bjorn's Head by Luce Beer Company. He said, this is one of the most unique beers I have experienced in my craft beer journey. A smoked saison with juniper berries. Ooh. Very well balanced with the smoke and the berries in the finish. The dryness from the yeast comes in very late. Excellent. Cheers. 5 cap rating for that beer.
Wow.
Two things.
Yeah. Enticing. I wouldn't mind trying that.
2 things that I would never look at it and go, oh yeah, that's going to be a 5 cap rating all day.
A saison and
the smoke. Yeah. Juniper I can get behind occasionally.
Oh, I love juniper. I'm a huge
You're a big gin fan, aren't you?
I love gin with a lot of juniper berry flavor in there. I love it. My favorite. Right.
Well, moving on, Mr. Bill Schlemmer is drinking a Saint Fulien triple. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. It said tasty triple in a neat Belgian bar restaurant in Greenville, South Carolina.
Always go back home.
Maybe. Lighter body than many triples with moderate Belgian spice and a somewhat peppery finish. Nice balance. All in a pretty triple. No rating to go with that one, though. But, Eric Gronley said, hey, a solid triple or golden strong is always such a treat. Cheers, Bill. Yeah. Major has hopped on with us. He says, I'm drinking memes.
He's a drinking
meme? Major's with, I believe he's with, oh no, I clicked on something. He's with Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
Oh, well, welcome, Major. We love Tampa Bay Brewing.
I just made my screen disappear. There we go.
Man.
Nope. I got it. Just got to move my windows around. Next on the list, Chad Lamassa is drinking a double blueberry marshmallow shake by, who do you think that is, Denny?
Great Notion.
Very good guess.
Oh,
very
gosh.
Good. But you're wrong.
If only they would. I was wrong.
Yeah, you were wrong. It was by Great Notion.
Oh. I was like, wait, with that name, with all that stuff, it's got to be Great Notion because which it's just too much marshmallows and blueberries and all that stuff. It tastes great going down maybe, but coming back up with all the burps. The last Great Notion blueberry muffin beer I had, I burped up blueberry, like that blueberry whatever they use in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 days straight, I was burping that stuff up. It was way too much.
So not better on the second time around?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, he said tons of blueberries. The marshmallow comes through in the finish. Nicely done. Chad, let us know how you're doing in the next 36 hours if you experience the same thing that Denny did. But 4 cap rating from Chad.
He'll be listening to the show and he'll still be burping up blueberries and marshmallows.
If that's true, Denny, I'll buy you a beer. Bill Schlemmer again is drinking a Saison by OEC Brewing.
Oh,
excuse me.
Oh, nice.
And he said a kind of Saison that you could drink all day on a hot summer afternoon. Easy drinking with a little pepper in the finish. 4 cap rating from Mr. Bill Schlemmer.
Great. I love OEC Brewing. Love them. What did you give the rating? What was the rating?
4 cap rating.
Nice.
And something tells me Bill and Jeff Seiler are going to have a little rendezvous.
Perfect. I hope so.
Because Jeff Seiler said, I replied to your DM. Thursday is good.
Oh, yes.
All right, fellas. Let's see what's
So
going on the day the show releases. So we'll see what happens.
Yes.
Eric Gronley is drinking. Oh, I need to go out and find this one. The Waldo's Special Ale 2024 by Lagunitas. He said, I am a lucky man. At the end of this Monday, a treasure is in my glass. I have found this 2 years in a row after years of not finding it anywhere for the previous 8 years. Wow. It has continually lived up to its hype for me. Dank, resinous, full flavored. And Miguel from No More Pours says, hello, boys. It's time for a martini. So for those
Cheers,
of you
Miguel.
that are fans of the show Shoresy, then toonies are good. But for this Waldo Special Ale, even Matt Griffo said, I haven't seen this in forever. He gave us a 5 cap rating. Denny, you and I were tagged in it because, you're cooler than I am. But yeah, I haven't seen Waldo's either.
I haven't either, but it's a little bit too dank for me, so I don't usually look for it.
Since when?
Everything's dank to me.
All right. Well, okay. I mean, I feel like 10 years ago you would have went after that though.
Oh, I did. And then I had it and I'm like, okay, I'm done. But you know what? Maybe I need to revisit it. Maybe I turned into a dank head now that everything's dank. So
well,
like it.
What did we've been saying? Just I'm done with the IPAs for a little while. Let's get some flavored beer, and then we go, well, let's leave the stouts alone and the big barley wines, and well, here we are circling back around again.
Hey, I've got a lager, a pilsner, and then a West Coast IPA I'm going to drink. So I'm going around. I just need a stout to put in there, and I have the full circle.
Yeah. You bloody dank head. Yeah. Thanks, Miguel. All right. So Chad Lamassa is drinking a Bizarro Brewer Steve by Crooked Crab Brewing Company. Got the shirt on this evening. Special. Not on purpose, but hey, I love a good coincidence. He said, as the label says, super dank and creamy. I don't know how I feel about that description. Dank and creamy. Okay, I'll go with it. Yeah, he gave it a 4 cap rating for that beer from Crooked Crab. Next on the list, Jeff Seiler is drinking a Bloody Brains by Drecker Brewing Company. Delicious double fruit smoothie sour, strawberry, blood orange, and pineapple. Super fruity and sweet. Sounds like breakfast, Jeff. Gave this one a 4 1/4 cap rating on this beer from Drecker. I'm trying to type and talk all at the same time. That's not always smart. We'll click toast on that one because we read it. Let's see what else we got. 5 cap rating from Jeff Weesey. He's drinking a Say Cheese by Covert Artisan Ales, tart cherry and strawberry with notes of cream cheese and graham. Cheers.
Oh, yeah,
That
sounds
sounds
good.
real nice.
Yeah, that does sound good.
And I'm looking at the side of the can.
It's like a cheesecake.
Mixed fermentation sour ale with tart cherry, strawberry cream cheese powder, and spiced cookies.
Oh, that sounds good. I could do that.
And
that one.
Covert Artisan Ales is out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Well, that's where he's from there, South Dakota.
See, I didn't even know that. I'm glad you knew that.
Well, yeah, because when he first started listening, I made a comment that my ancestors are from South Dakota.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make a little more sense.
You know what, Jeff? If I'm planning a trip to South Dakota in June, so if we should try to see if we can meet up. Just saying.
All right. And then last on my list is from Bill Schlemmer until I hit refresh. Bill Schlemmer is drinking a Crafty Cow Copper Lager by a brewery that I haven't talked about in a long time. I believe they are out of Wisconsin, Three Sheeps Brewing Company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Dustin Hoffman used to work for them.
There. Yeah.
And funny enough, I met up with Dustin in Asheville.
That's right.
Seems like forever ago now, but
it was forever. It was like 4 years ago, right?
Oh, I'd be willing to bet it was more than that.
Maybe it was more than 4 years.
I'd be willing to bet I'd be willing to
Yeah.
bet it's more like 10.
No, it wasn't
8.
10 because it wasn't the beginning of because you visited him when you were doing the show, and that was like 6 years ago. So between 4 and 6 years ago it was.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was while you were my co-host.
It definitely was. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But man,
you became the co-host at episode 200 or 100. I mean,
did I really?
Yeah.
We've been doing this for that long?
Yeah, a long time. That's 6 years.
Niner.
You've been doing this with me for 6 years. 6 of the 10.
Wow.
you lost track. So it was probably year 6, between year 6 and year 4. 6 or 4 years ago is when I remember when you met up. I'll say 5 years. Now you need to look it up on.
Okay, here it is.
Right.
I have a post from Tap the Craft. If anyone is near or in the Asheville area, I'll be in Asheville May 13th through the 17th, 2017.
17.
That was 7 years ago. 7? Yeah, it was 24. So 6 and a half, 3 quarters.
Yeah, 6.5. Okay.
No,
so
May. It was May. So I mean, we're almost there. 7 years.
All right. Well, we were close. Yeah, 7 years ago. That's a long time, man. Time flies.
That was also the same year that you and I, Denny,
met up in
Las Vegas.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny because I was just seeing the picture below. You were wearing a Reuben's Brews shirt. In that picture. I almost wore my Reuben's shirt this evening. You still have that shirt?
Yeah, I love my Reuben's Brews shirt. I wear it all the time.
Cool. I'll bring it with me.
Yeah, we can go Reuben out together.
That's one of the places I'm trying to
go.
I'm going to that one, even if I have to Uber there myself.
You have to. They've got like 28 beers on tap, and they're all delicious.
I've got the damn t-shirt. I gotta be able to go there. Okay, so I'm gonna hit refresh on this one. See if there's any other check-ins. Miguel said he's drinking a Crab Rangoon from Dissolver.
Oh, that's not the same. No.
Now, funny enough, it sounds weird. Such a good beer.
Dissolver is really good. I just had a Dissolver beer.
And Miguel also said that he used to work with Leslie Shore, the small batch brewer from Reuben's Brews. Yeah, Miguel, I bumped into her at one of the last Badass Beer Fests, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. I always get excited when Reuben's is supposed to come, but they didn't this past year.
Damn it. They got too big for their britches.
I'm coming out to measly Florida.
Coming all the way out to No Man's Land.
No Man's Land, yeah. Yeah, a little Badass Beer Fest. Last one, Bill Schlemmer drinking a winter porter by Yeehaw Brewing Company. At Yeehaw Brewing Company, he said, nice, rich, and malty Baltic porter, Denny.
Oh, yes.
A
Love
little
it.
sweetness on the finish, makes for a great beer. And he gave it a 4.25 cap rating. That is what everybody is drinking.
Well, that was a lot of beers. That went on for a while, but hey, it was worth it. A lot of good beers in that list. I'm
Worth
very
it.
envious of all you guys drinking some great beers. I need to drink great beers too. All right. Well, that was our Untapped to Craft segment. Now we're going to move into the Brew Buzz. This is the heart of the show where it's devoted to discussing
Various beer. I can't even
Yes,
either.
yes. I think the beer is starting to get to me, but yeah, we're in the Brew Buzz. It's I gotta start laughing now.
It's like, I'm having all these pFriem beers. Look at me.
I'm having all these pFriem beers that are going down way too fast. But yeah, it's time for the Brew Buzz, and the Brew Buzz is devoted to discussing various beer-related topics. And this week, we're going to learn about the use of artificial intelligence to help brew beer with different flavor profiles, as well as improving upon the brewing process. Now, I'm going to let you guys know that I've been thinking about this type of topic for a while, but I got kind of speared or electric prodded in. What do they call that little electric prodder they do
Cattle
for
prod.
cattle prod? Got cattle prodded into it by our great listener Eric Gronley, who sent us a link to an article on the Smithsonian Magazine website. And I read through that and I'm like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do this topic now because I didn't have a topic for the show and I thought it was a great topic. And I went ahead and added some extra stuff in there as well. But that article was, Can AI Make Beer Taste Better? Scientists Test a Model That Recommends New Flavors. Written by Sarah Kuda and found on the Smithsonian Magazine website. I also went through and grabbed information out of a number of other sites as well. Can artificial intelligence outbrew human brewers? Found on the Toolify.ai website, written by an AI. So that's always nice. Can artificial intelligence craft a beer better? Written by Christina Campodonico.
Campodonica. Got it.
Yes, thank you. This is found on the San Francisco Standards website. Also got some information from Deep Liquid's website. This is a great AI project that we'll talk about a little bit later in this segment. But I have a link here that I will share in our show notes so you can go and learn more about it. As well as I want to just let everyone know about a great deep dive conversation into Deep Liquid on their podcast, the Brewing Network's podcast, this session, and it's called The AI Beer and the Future. And I'll have a link to that podcast also in the show notes that if you really want to learn more in details about this Deep Liquid project, to go listen to that podcast. It's really good. This is back from August 2023. All right, so brewers use just 4 ingredients: water, hops, yeast, and malted grains to produce a wide array of beer styles, from tart sours to nutty ambers and bitter IPAs. And while they've spent millennia refining their recipes to achieve the perfect combinations of flavor, mouthfeel, and aroma, scientists say artificial intelligence, AI, may be able to help make beer taste even better. A new machine learning model may be able to help brewers save time and money on consumer trials, make more consistent products, and improve their recipes, scientists say. So researchers in Belgium spent more than 3 years creating a machine learning model that can use a beer's chemical makeup to predict how good it will taste. The model can also offer recommendations for how to improve a beer's flavor. The team isn't suggesting that breweries get rid of their human employees and replace them with computers. Rather, they argue the model's insights could help brewers adjust their recipes, produce more consistent beers, and save time and money on consumer trials, among other benefits.
Skynet. That's all I'm saying. Just, I can't. I mean, just those 2 paragraphs you read is like, hey, we're not talking about getting rid of the human component, but that might make it.
Yeah, we still need them to go and dump the stuff in.
No, you don't. Anywho, yeah, I mean, this could be a complete tangent conversation. So, moving on, to develop the machine learning model, the researchers studied the chemical makeup of 250 commercial Belgian beers, representing 22 beer styles. Among them were lagers, lambic beers, triples, blonde ales, non-alcoholic beers, and fruit beers. For each drink, they recorded attributes such as the amount of sugar, the pH, the alcohol content, and the concentrations of more than 200 chemical compounds that create different flavors and aromas. They also asked a panel made up of 16 trained tasters to describe each beer and gathered data from more than 180,000 public reviews on the online platform Rate Beer. Using all these data sources, researchers trained a machine learning model to predict how a beer would taste and how desirable those flavors would be to consumers by studying its chemical makeup. They also asked the AI how specific beers might earn higher ratings. You just make the environment better, Denny. Put it in appropriate glassware. Make sure it's at the right temperature. Sorry, I blacked out for a second. Did the Terminator just take over my brain?
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, you just got hacked, buddy.
I did.
All right. So to test the model's accuracy, they implemented its recommendations by adding chemical compounds to existing commercial beers. Then they asked a panel of trained tasters to compare the new AI enhanced beers with their unaltered counterparts without knowing which drink was which. The chemically spiked beers, both alcoholic and non alcoholic, had significantly improved overall appreciation among the panelists, the authors write in the paper. These results suggest the machine learning model could be particularly useful for improving non-alcoholic beer, which is growing in popularity, but still largely has a reputation of being, quote, pretty terrible and not worth drinking, as Andy Crouch writes in All About Beer. Now, Andy, come on, man. Yes, it's not as good as good old fashioned, great old alcoholic craft beer, but you know what? It has come a long way. And speaking of a person who drinks a lot of NA beer now, because I have to, I like the taste of beer, but I also need to watch how much alcohol I drink. And it's just nice not to, put on too many calories. Uh, I've really appreciated. I mean, there's still some bad NA beers out there, but you won't know if they're good or bad until you try them. And I'm always trying new ones, and I'm surprised that instead of being 3 out of 4 bad, now it's more like maybe 1 out of 4 bad. So it's reversed its trend. So now NA beers are much more palatable and yeah, they're not going to the flavor profile that's not going to replace the good old alcohol beer because it's just not. But it's coming pretty close of being a good beer itself without the alcohol. So I got a little soapbox there because come on, Andy, get over
Well,
it. NA
I mean,
it's not that bad.
flavors are changed by two different things. One is, flavors are soluble in fats and other
Yeah,
flavors are soluble in alcohol.
yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Okay, but he does say, I don't know if he says this, but that's all starting to change as more and more breweries jump on NA bandwagon. Yeah, I agree. But AI might be able to help supercharge that forward progress, and I'm all for that. The one thing I get frustrated with is when I drink an IPA and it just tastes like a hop tea.
Mm.
It just has like hop flavor with water in there. I need to have some little enhanced flavor in there, and also a little body goes a long way as well. So machine learning models could also propose ways to tailor beers for specific groups of people. Older adults, for example, tend to dislike complex combinations of flavors or textures. Okay, so you can actually kind of custom tailor beers to the type of people or or a group of people that you want to, they want to target. So, these young millennials that don't want to get, they're all about exercise and losing weight or whatever. Maybe you kind of tone that beer to, to that type that, they can still enjoy the beverage. Well, you know what? I'm finding a lot of these younger, now not even millennials. I'm going to say whatever the current generation of 20-year-olds are.
These damn kids.
I don't even know what to call them. Generation Alpha. Alpha. I mean, what we've gone past Z, right? Z's.
I don't know, because even when we start going, hey, well, this is Generation X, and there's 7 other people that go, well, no, Generation X is this and Generation X is that. So the youngest generation of
I'll
adults.
say the youngest generation of 20s,
of
21 to 27
legal drinking age adults.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a lot of them coming into my work, and they're not drinking beer.
They're drinking seltzer, aren't they?
No, they're drinking fruity alcohol drinks that don't taste like alcohol.
Okay.
So they just don't like the taste of beer, and they don't necessarily like the taste of cider either. They just like to drink things that don't taste like alcohol.
Well, I don't know. I feel like that was most people at drinking age, and 21 to 25-ish. I just remember specifically, I remember wanting something fruitier instead of, well, I want beer, or I want a vodka drink, or a or a tequila, because it was gross to me. But then, at that age too, most of us, not all of us, are kind of in that college scene where they're just trying to get Schmidt-faced.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be something where it tastes good, tastes sweet. Because Tina's brother was the same way. Anthony is 25, and anytime I would try to get him to try beer, if it was heavy with fruit puree and stuff like that, I'd be like, oh, this is actually pretty good. I could drink some of this. But if it was, that pFriem you had at the beginning of the show, he would have probably smelled it and went, oh, no way.
Yeah. But I like the idea of being able to tailor to a group, and that's kind of a if you want something to help you do that, this AI might be that thing. So they said the researchers don't think brewers should start adding chemical compounds to their existing beers like they did in their experiments. Instead, they're hopeful the model's recommendations will help brewers tweak the recipes to produce the desired compounds in the final product. So that's the other thing too, right? This was just a study to understand if an AI can make suggestions to add flavors and characteristics to beers without actually brewing all these beers. Just add these compounds that simulate those profiles and those characteristics, and now let's just see which the consumer enjoys more. And it turns out the consumer actually enjoys the ones that have those things added. So now maybe the next step of the AI is to come up with those characteristics and then tell the brewer how he can achieve that by modifying recipes that are already existing to achieve those goals. That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, and artificial intelligence in beer brewing. How AI is used in beer brewing? Okay, let me restart that, because that just sounded really strange.
Well, I have these
I see this.
sub things. They're kind of they're separated, right?
Okay.
So this is how AI is used in beer brewing. Now, here's how it's used.
Okay, AI in beer brewing. Thanks, Denny. You saved me again. AI in beer brewing involves using data analysis and machine learning algorithms to analyze various factors such as ingredients, brewing techniques, and customer preferences. This data-driven approach helps brewers optimize the brewing process, create new recipes, and improve the overall quality and consistency of their beers. Some of the benefits of AI brewing: The integration of AI in beer brewing brings several advantages. It sounds like this article was written with AI, by the way.
It is. This section was the AI generated content.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm using AI
I
to get
I
this
love,
content.
listen, I use it. I use it all the time. I don't write social media posts anymore, even for Tap the Craft. Even for Tap the Craft, I hardly use it, or I hardly write it on my own. I have AI do it. Um, so some of the benefits, it brings several advantages. It enables brewers to experiment with different flavors and ingredients, automate repetitive tasks, reduce human error, and increase efficiency. Who doesn't love better efficiency?
Mhm.
Additionally, AI can analyze customer feedback and preferences, allowing brewers to tailor their beers to meet the evolving demands of beer enthusiasts. Wow, that's going to be the day where they're like, you know what, this month we need you to add 2 pounds of hops, 2 pounds of this specific hop in there. But last April, we were only using 1.5 pounds, which is what worked out for us then.
Mhm.
Like, something tells me it's going to be. I'm curious to see how it's going to work in the beer world. I
Well,
really am.
just wait and see. Last part
Well, I
of
mean,
this
there's
topic
there's
talks
some
about how we
challenges
can.
and concerns, Denny. While AI brewing shows great promise, it also raises certain challenges and concerns. Some worry that the human touch and creativity integral to traditional brewing may be diminished. Additionally, the reliance on technology may result in a loss of craftsmanship and personalization. Striking a balance between AI and human brewers is crucial to preserve the essence of traditional brewing while harnessing the benefits of AI technology.
Yeah, yeah. So, what is the role of human brewers in AI brewing? Well, while AI plays a significant role in the brewing process, human brewers remain essential. Their expert, expertise, creativity, and ability to adapt to changing circumstances ensure that beer brewing remains an art form rather than purely automated process. Human brewers collaborate with AI, leveraging its capabilities to enhance their craft and deliver exceptional beers. Now, what is the future of AI in brewing? The utilization of AI in beer brewing is still in its early stages, but the potential for growth and innovation is immense. As technology advances, AI could assist brewers in creating customized beers based on individual preferences or even suggest novel flavor combinations that were previously unexplored. The future holds exciting possibilities for AI and beer enthusiasts alike. Now, here's the pros and cons of AI brewing. Pros: automated and efficiency in brewing process, potential for creating unique and innovative beer recipes, enhanced quality control and consistency, ability to analyze customer preferences and adapt accordingly. The cons: potential loss of traditional craftsmanship and personal touch, concerns regarding the authenticity of AI created beer.
Hmm.
Yeah, those are kind of summarizes everything right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically my thoughts or concerns about it. Like, it's a craft. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like if you were cooking food.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's, baking is more of a AI kind of process. But
Mm-hmm.
like cooking food, I mean, you can make food or beer with the same recipe and just tweak it a little bit each time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
computers
Kris,
don't tweak.
yeah. So Kris's next section is another way of utilizing AI, not in necessarily the brewing process, but in um, aggregating and gathering of information from people, from consumers, with and then processing it and spitting out some potential ways of making these pros um, that they talked about in the AI brewing process.
Yeah. Well, building better beer through consumer feedback and AI. It may sound high tech, if not highfalutin. That guy gets credit just for using the phrase highfalutin.
Yeah.
But according to Deep Liquid's CEO and co-founder Denham De Silva, it's actually about getting back to the basics of brewing and reestablishing human connections within the beer world. Probably my favorite part about the beer world. De Silva, who founded Barossa Valley Brewing in South Australia in 2005, said that the craft brewing industry of decades past used to be a smaller enterprise based around a tight-knit community of brewers and beer enthusiasts who would directly communicate with each other. But as the industry has grown, that direct dialogue between consumers and brewers has grown weaker. Denham De Silva, is that an AI name? Yes, Eric Grunley. It's not an an AI name. It's not denim like your jeans. It's denim like DENHAM. But I can't with you guys tonight. Keep it up. I'm so proud of you. The ability to have that direct customer connection is really hard. It just really doesn't exist, De Silva said, and that's where Deep Liquid comes in. The product helps to connect consumers with brewers by allowing beer drinkers to weigh in on brews via a QR code. Oh, you mean like Untapped? And AI compiles the reviews into a report, which the brewer can use to tinker with or create new brews that appeal to drinkers' desires and tap into their taste preferences. The AI can even make recipe suggestions based on customer feedback. I'm just picturing all the people that either go, I hate this beer because they just don't like the style.
No, it's not. It's not like Untapped.
Okay.
It's a different scenario. For one
maybe
thing,
I should read it.
You need
first.
to make the effort to actually do this, right?
Right.
So if you make the effort, they're assuming that you're making the effort and you want to be proactive and constructive in the feedback. And I think the AI is smart enough to weed out the ones that aren't making those. They're just saying, "I hate this type of style" or whatever. Right? Those will get tossed out.
Denny, are you saying that it's learning?
No, it does learn. Yeah. It's a big neural network.
Matt Griffo said that's a big assumption. Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody the other day that they said, when we're using Google, Google is learning, and that scared me a little. But De Silva said that the intention of the technology is not to replace brewers, but to give more data to beer creators to inform their decisions and help them compete with larger beer makers. Artificial intelligence is really handy at making suggestions. At no point do our brewers just blindly brew what the machine says, De Silva said, but it is a really good point. It is a really good. Even the AI in here picked it up and was like, "That's incorrect." But it's really good at pointing them in a direction. There we go. And then they make their own artistic decisions as to where they want to take the beer.
Yeah. This is probably the most exciting part of AI in the brewing process, I think, is taking in consumers' input. And again, if it's input from Untapped, no, it's not going to work because that's not it's not curated correctly to provide the right input. But this Deep Liquid project, again, I'm going to say go and listen to the Brewing Network's The Session AI Beer in the Future. It's in August 2023. Go download that episode, listen to it. You'll get a much more bigger understanding of what they're trying to do. This is still in its infancy. It's on a trial basis. They actually went and did it at the Hop Grenade in Concord, California, where they had the opportunity to have the patrons there add comments and use it to find out what was going on. And I think this is a possible way of helping, using AI, the power of AI and the computing and the linking ability of it to come up with suggestions on ways of tweaking your recipes maybe and what consumers like or dislike. And but yes, so listen to that show. I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown of how this liquid website thing type of work. So basically, the brewery signs up to utilize the AI, Deep Liquids AI, and they go and put a QR code that links to a special page for that beer on the website. Maybe there'll be an app one day as well, if there's not an app already. And then the user will then scan that QR code, goes into like I said, a curated number of steps that walks you through just some basic sliders on how you rate the the coloring or the looks, the aroma, the just a general slider is like a 1 to 5 type rating. And would you rather have it darker or lighter, or is it just fine? Does the aroma too strong, not strong enough? That kind of information. And then as the users slide the sliders, they also have the opportunity to write in what they would like to see in that. Though the aroma was really nice, but but it was missing this, whatever. And so you have an opportunity to not only slide the slider and give just a numerical of whether they liked it or disliked it, or just right. It's kind of like is it just right, or does it need more of this or less of this type questions. And then and it takes it and tabulates it and spits out all the many different entries and gives the brewer suggestions on what the majority of the consumer in certain populations, like maybe where they're located in a certain area in the country or the world, likes have these traits. Others in this geographical region, like these traits. Kind of gives people an idea of who's drinking their beer and what they think of it. And now again, the brewer probably has its own. They designed that recipe. They have their own understanding of what they want it to be, and they are going to take their own understanding of what they're trying to put out there, and then thanks, Kris. and then they can then say, well, you know what, I'm not getting this point across to my consumers, and maybe taking some of these suggestions might allow him to better present that beer to the way he wants to the consumer. So I think this is a very good use of AI in just getting feedback and helping the brewers fine tune their beers without having to have, Great American Beer Fest judges give very limited feedback on why they didn't win a gold medal at JVF. This is a better way, right? You're getting feedback from a bunch of different people that are going to take it seriously because they aren't, they have to make an effort to do it. You're most likely to get better feedback that way. All right, so that is our Brew Buzz. Kris just reminded me that I skipped over the 10-tacker giveaway. I was so excited to get into the topic that I totally blew off giving away our 10-tacker. Now, we have a good number of people on here, and we're looking forward to giving away this tacker. So, as we mentioned, Eric Gronley has 2 entries. Tara Carlson has 2 entries.
Jim got one in there.
And Buck has one in there.
Buck got one in there as well, yeah.
As well as our other Patreon supporters. So, you ready to spin this thing, Kris, and see who wins our giveaway?
I just hope it's not too loud. I adjusted volume and everything, so if it's too loud, sorry guys, but here we go. Ready?
Okay. Who won?
Mike Allen.
Mike Allen won. Congratulations, Mike, out of Georgia, right? He's living in Georgia now, right?
Yep, just outside of Hotlanta.
Okay, Hotlanta.
So,
so Mike, send us your deets. I mean, we probably have them somewhere, but
tell me we have his deets.
Send them again.
Send us your deets.
So we can send them to Jen, and she can get out your prize package of the first 3 months of of the mini tacker of the month subscription boxes with some great tackers like this one right here from Lost Colony. This is the one I have in my hand. I haven't put this one up yet, but
Yeah,
there's some good ones.
mine's up.
Yours is up. Okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right there. I see it. Awesome.
I didn't. It's right there.
All right, Kris. Oh, there it is. We're gonna skip through the new and noteworthy beers because honestly, I was sick after our last recording. I got sick. Actually, it was a few days after the recording.
Oh no!
And when I'm sick, I don't drink, and so I really didn't drink anything. I didn't drink much at all in the last 2 weeks. So I don't have any new noteworthy beers. And Kris, I don't think you do either, do you?
I don't. I don't know what it is. I feel like anymore when I drink beers, Denny, it is more of just I have to have a social aspect that goes along with it.
Okay. I got you. Oh, Matt Griffo said that this beer right here is one of his favorite Irish Reds, favorite red ales. So good.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff. Okay. So then let's go on and let me give you, I'm going to give you a chance to raise a glass before we close out the show. Does someone like to raise a glass to? So who would you like to raise a glass to tonight?
There's a couple of couple of people.
Keep drinking, man.
This one was good. A couple of people I'd love to raise a glass to. First, Mr. Buck Buchanan with Core 4 Brewing. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Happy birthday, Buck.
Also, Joel Bigham.
Coming
up on his birthday in a couple of days as well. And we couldn't forget Haley Luce.
Cheers to my daughter.
Happy birthday, Haley.
She turned 29 yesterday.
Don't tell everybody.
Oh, she turned 21 yesterday.
Yeah. But happy birthday, guys. Hope you guys have an awesome day with some awesome beers. And Denny, who would you like to raise a glass to this evening?
I'm going to raise my glass to our Patreon toast tonight. Goes to Mr. Mike Blanchard, my good buddy from the Navy days, who's also a Patreon supporter. Thank you for your support, Mike. Cheers to you. And of course, being a former serviceman, I want to raise my glass and thank all those who have served and are currently serving in the U.S. military services, protecting our freedoms. I hope all who are deployed are able to return home safely to their families very soon. And thank you for your service.
Drink to that.
And Kris, why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor?
The folks over at Tin Tackers. They are the provider of sweet metal beer signs that will make your walls happy. Tin Tackers has a vast selection of embossed aluminum beer signs, perfect for your garage, home bar, or man cave. They have the biggest selection with the best prices. They also have a mini tacker of the month club, a club just for craft beer lovers who collect tin tackers. A surprise in your mailbox every month. Visit their website at tintackers.com and use the promo code TAPTHECRAFT at checkout to save 10% on your entire order and to let them know we sent you.
I just placed an order this weekend.
Did you? What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got a couple tin tackers. I got Full Sail Session.
Very nice. Very nice.
I love Session Lager, and I just had to have that Session Lager sign, and it was on sale.
Okay.
And I got, after talking with Jen, and she told us about her just loving Kincaidor Brewing, and she talked about the Snow Beast. They had the Snow Beast tacker, full size tacker. I got that one too. That I like
nice.
that Snow Beast, Abominable Snowman one. So I got that as well, and I got a bunch of stickers.
Okay.
I didn't realize that she sold stickers on there too.
Yeah.
And I picked up all my favorite stickers that we've gotten tackers from, and then I picked up a set of 12 random stickers from that they had too. So I picked up my favorite ones, and a set of 12 random ones. We'll find out what they are. That will all be coming here shortly. So I'm looking forward to getting my tin tacker collection. And so you too can go and use our code TAPTHECRAFT like I did and save 10% and let them know that we sent you, because they are a great sponsor and they make a fantastic product that you can see right there all over my door.
Mine are all right there.
Right
Only
there.
I can see them.
All right. Let's see. You can find the beers and the links to the articles mentioned on the show in our show notes located on the show post at taptocraft.com. And it is last call. It is time to bring the show to a close. We want to thank you for downloading and listening. We ask you to please tell a friend and of course subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And as a reminder, we release a new show every 2 weeks. Now go out there and spread the good word of craft beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So Denny, Eric, hey, you had your last sip. Eric Gronley said, I can't believe I didn't win. He said, insert Price is Right loser sound. Yeah, I know. Next time, Eric. Next time. And come to find out, Matt Griffo, he lives right here in Valrico with me. So
yeah, I know. I saw that he was in Tampa. So you guys, I mean, he must have found you through Badass or Hop King or something, right?
I mean, who knows? Cheers,
or
Matt.
Badass beer.
Badass beer. I mean, you know, throw random beers at people too. But
maybe he just saw your hat and said, "Man, I love a podcast that supports the Lightning."
Well, who doesn't? I mean, who can't get behind the Lightning? Which,
cheers,
by the
Matt.
way, they
Thanks
are.
For joining us.
We lost. No, we lost.
Oh, they taking the score
to the frickin' Red Wings. Anywho, for those